Now, the UN's new relief chief, Tom Fletcher, has said the Sudanese region of Darfur was confronting the spectre of famine as well as a crisis of protection for people, he said, who were being used as pawns in a terrible conflict. Human rights groups have described recent ethnic-based massacres as one of the worst atrocities of this conflict so far, and possibly genocide. Well, few journalists have been able to visit Darfur, which is mainly controlled by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces since this war began. Our chief international correspondent, Lise Doucet, though, is travelling with the UN team, and her report begins in a refugee camp in Chad on the border.
A people dispossessed and displaced. The people of Darfur. This is an informal refugee camp in Chad, just across the border from Sudan. The women wait to register, to receive food for their families, praying someone will help.
We used to get food from our farms when the war began. We couldn't farm and the animals ate our crops, so we were left with nothing.
People who escaped the spectre of famine, the horrors of war.
When we were fleeing, our young brothers were killed. Some were too young to walk. Our elders escaping with us were killed. Yes, within our family, they kill my uncles, my aunties, all the men in our family.
They kill people, they rob people, they take their food, they take your belongings, they take everything.
They don't know if their husbands and fathers are alive or dead.
In all my years of reporting, I've never seen a crowd as big as this. Everyone we meet here says they come from el-Geneina, just across the border. And everyone has a story of the horrors of this war, a story of a massacre, of a frenzy of killing, of days so dark. It's regarded as the worst atrocity in Sudan's brutal civil war.
Then there's a rush. Word spreads. UN food is being delivered. There's also not enough of it crossing this border into Sudan. Not enough attention to this crisis.
This is Darfur, the place which has seen all the worst of the worst. Ethnic cleansing, starvation, rape. It happened here 2 decades ago. It's happening again and getting worse.
We're traveling to el-Geneina with the first high-level UN team to enter Darfur. Across this land controlled by the paramilitary RSF, locked in battle with Sudan's government. This is what the women fled. Blackened houses, blasted shops. You can still taste the smoke. The RSF accused of terrorizing non-Arab communities. They deny it was their deed.
I know that this situation is very, very hard, very tough. I know that sometimes you must feel that the world has forgotten you.
More people pushed from place to place. They need everything but this war.
We've suffered so much. When this war started, some people supported the army, some supported the RSF. But we, the displaced, are neutral.
What can you do to protect people?
We've got to do much better. Ultimately, it's about getting a peace process going, putting the international pressure on the parties. Now, that's not easy, but we've got to be here.
It's also about food and delivering much more to prevent famine from